Okay, today I'd like to show you 3 different problems that added up for no heat condition in a Mercedes. Okay, so we're at a Mercedes S-Class. So the 97 came in with a heater that was not working, not blowing heat. And initially, yes, Mercedes don't leave the key in it. Can't be trusted for anything. But this is a high mileage car. And actually, let me do this. Okay, so initially, fuse number 21 here was blown. 21 is actually heating, whitewash, outside mirror, some part of the oil cooler, and automatic climate control. Let me show you what that did when that was blown. Yes, I know, Mercedes. Let's go key on. Yeah, so part of the climate control wasn't working. Never mind. Okay, once I got past the mirror smoking, you can see the mirror's kind of shot. In fact, don't ever do that, but this one's already broken. Guess we can't see the wires are fried inside, but anyway, it's now disconnected in there. That allowed me to power up the rest of the system, and then we go into the heater control valve, which in this car sits underneath the cover, off on the left-hand side. So we have an electric pump, 2 solenoids, and with the thermal camera, was able to see that no heat's going in or out. So no flow out of this thing. First assumed electrical, but then of course had to pull it and take a look, and I'm about to pull it again and actually rebuild it with a kit. So let's do that and go from there. Okay, so this is our heater control valve for our Mercedes here, and I wanted to kind of show you guys why this is actually a pretty cool little unit. So we have an electric pump, so this right off the engine feed, and then 2 control solenoids feeding the heater control. So these heater control valves are, $600 unit, $500-600 depending where you get it. So one of the things you want to consider is, can you rebuild it? Because a rebuild kit really isn't terribly expensive. What gets expensive is solenoids, motors. So motor is actually labeled positive, negative. Real quick one, continuity. So we got a circuit there. That sounds great. Now checking our solenoids, continuity, continuity, continuity. Wait, 3 pins, continuity across all of them, but not to the cases. Okay, so we're not shorted out from these pins, but what does it tell us with 3 pins? The 2 are connected. So most likely, and it turns out to be the case here, positive in here, and then pulse width modulating, switching either one of these here. Now, determine that off the car. End up firing it up, running it, making sure the center pin was a positive, because you could pick any pin, let's face it, but simplicity, they fed positive here. Now this would be a really neat unit to do for like a aftermarket kind of ad, like you want to take a heater valve or heater's control, you still need it for air conditioning, but you also want to do an oil cooler. You can have a aftermarket ECU control heater and your oil cooler. It's a pretty cool little unit. Now part of this is Mercedes, of course this is S-Class, so let's be fancy. They actually tell you that you can turn the key off and you'll have heat for a while. That's because this pump will continue to circulate the coolant around your engine and into your heater cores because of this extra electric pump. And like with the Duster, you'll notice this is a similar size pump, so you could also use this like for a liquid intercooler system. This could be your main pump and control 2 coolers. Kind of expensive unit, but the little pumps I use on the intercoolers on the Duster are $150, $200 a piece anyway. So anyway, I share that with you. Now we'll actually tear this apart. Okay, so you've kind of done continuity tests. You want to see if things actually work. Now, nice thing is Mercedes actually put positive and negative on things, or at least on the motor. And bear in mind, I'm direct to a motor, or to a battery, so I got a lot of power available. That doesn't work. Okay, we got power. So, does your motor work? Sounds good. Okay, so pump works. Now, remember what I said, the continuity here. Now, if you just take and do this, nothing. Why? Okay, because we're powering electromagnetic solenoid. So it's got to act on something. So here is the other end of this device here. So let's see if I can get this assembled. Not short out too many things. Yes, I still got some cleanup to do. Bear in mind, first time I tore this apart, that was much worse because of corrosion and stuff like that. So I'll show you some seals and stuff and what's going on. So, okay, see that solenoid works? And that one works. So that's what I was saying. We have positive in to power both coils. You ground switching to control it. That's pretty common. That's more kind of your electronics theory if you're not familiar versus just old school American way. So yeah, let's look at some of the rubber components here. In fact, I won't even stop because I've already had some out. I mean, look at these chunks of rubber that's just coming apart. So even once I kind of verified everything worked, she still didn't work in the car because, well, rubber got loose, clogged up the lines. So I've cleaned those out. I'm going to go ahead and shut you guys off, put some new seals in this, and reassemble. Okay, one thing I found while dealing with kind of the solenoid valve is that gasket on there, couldn't get it to crack loose, so I took an old wing nut, machined out the inside, smoothed it up. Notice it's nice and wet. But that gives you something to spread this gasket. And that to pop over. Okay, hope that helps. Okay, so heater valve's back in, and now we're gonna see if it's working. Try something a little different here. Okay, so we can see which lines are heating up first. Partially because it's metal. But yeah, we got some heat being generated. Looks like things are actually circulating for once. Good sign. And then we'll skip a little bit and see if the cabin warms. Okay, and then I thought while doing climate control, let's make sure we got pressure here. So we'll get the cabin warm, and then we will cool it down. It's kind of cheating to do cold first. It's 30 degrees out. 36. Let's go all the way high. Okay. So yeah, this is the other advantage, thermal camera. Defrost vents, obviously. So you can see the other vents warming up. So it's in a full defrost mode and heating up nicely. It sees about 60 degrees. Okay. I'll probably end this part of the experiment with the fact that I think the heat's working fine. 38 degrees outside. We're good. Alright, hope you enjoyed that. Some of the adventures you have working on uncommon cars, and thanks for watching.